So can you tell us a little bit about, as you've been to campus just a handful of times now, not many.
This is my second time.
Second time, so not many at all.
No.
What excites you the most about being Barry's next president?
The mission I mentioned, I do believe, I'm a mission guy for sure, so I believe in the mission of what we're doing. And from the students I've met so far and the faculty and staff, others believe in the mission too. It's not just the president or president's cabinet. It's everyone here at the school who believes in that. So to be a part of that team, to drive that forward is just really exciting as well. And I really think that there's so much unique about Barry. Ever since the announcement came out at Baylor that I'm leaving at the end of the school year, I've had so many people come to me and say, I've heard about Barry, but I didn't know that much about it. When I went and researched Barry more, now that you're going there, they've all said to me they're amazed by Barry College and the campus and the people and the programs that we have and just the beauty and nature that's here. And so I think one of my jobs as president is to tell this to the world. We need to tell everyone about Barry College and raise our national profile.
So you're kind of leading into when these students graduate, maybe in 4 years, when they look back, what do you hope their time at Barry has looked like underneath your leadership?
Yeah, the national profile thing is one thing I'm very interested in. I'm also very competitive, by the way. So I've gone to meet and know many people in higher education at lots of different colleges and schools in my time. In the future when the Haverfords and the Williams and the Davidsons of the world get talked about, I want Barry to be talked about in those same sentences as those schools. And there's no reason why it shouldn't be. So that's the goal. And I hope the value of your degrees will just keep going up and up in the years ahead. That's part of our job as a college to make that happen.
So if you were to give a piece of advice to these students, what would it be?
I would say, things have gone very competitive. It's just the nature of the world we live in now in terms of students and the things you have to do. But the advice I would give is don't overthink it. Just don't plan too far ahead. Just be present where you are right now. Concentrate on today. How do I get to my final on time, do my best on the final? If you have a LifeWorks job at the end of the day, let's say, let's go and put in my shift and be faithful and work hard for that shift. Focus more on those things and less about the big grandiose milestones of graduation and jobs and whatever else. Those will happen, and those are good things. Those are not bad things, but we tend to focus too much on those things and not enough on the here and now. What am I doing today?
So, hard-hitting question. Are you a cat guy or a dog guy?
I might offend some people with my answer, depending on the range of pets that we have in the room. I guess my answer is that we do have a dog. So we have a dog in our house, but we do not have a cat. All things to be considered, but right now in the life of my family, we have a 9-month-old Weimaraner named Lady. So somehow she now sleeps in our bedroom. I'm not even sure how this happened, but it's happened. She's weaseled her way into sleeping into our bedroom now every night.
That's great. So this one might be difficult. Are you familiar with walk-up songs?
I think I am.
What would your walk-up song be?
It's an interesting question. It requires thought. I've been asked this before, so I've thought about this. What would it be? And I've come up with different things. I guess in the people of my era, I think I'd pick something like "Eye of the Tiger," maybe the song from Rocky. That would be a classic to go with. The other contender I would throw in there would be "Don't Stop Believing" from Journey. That type of song. Those are probably just stereotypical answers that someone of my age would say, but those would be my answers.
Solid, steadfast,
solid picks.
classic.
Okay, good.
That's what I'm hearing about you. If we were going to walk into your office and look at your desk, what's going to be on it?
I think I surprise people who come into my office because I'm a clean desk guy. I don't like to keep piles and piles, unless I'm in the midst of something very serious. We have to write a letter or go review documents. But as soon as I'm done, I clean it up. I like to keep my desk clear so that my mind is clear. That's my philosophy when I'm at work. So the main go-to that I have on my desk is my Bible. So I'll keep my Bible on the desk and I try to read the Psalms or Proverbs in the morning before the day starts and the day goes crazy in one way or the other, just to set the tone for the day. So that's the main thing.
Do you cook or does your wife cook?
She does the vast majority of cooking in our household, just the life that we are in right now as a family. I love cooking. I really enjoy cooking a lot. So during holiday season, I will get put more in the kitchen, and I have the time to do more of it at that point. So, and my kids are actually really good cooks too. We've included them from a young age. So all three of them, even our 7-year-old, they can actually cook things and do things. So I'm impressed by them for that.
Do you have a dish that's your favorite? To cook, not eat.
Yeah, it's probably one of this is probably one of my favorite things to eat. But the family and the kids especially really enjoy when I make this is I'll make homemade ramen noodles. So we make the noodles from scratch, handmade noodles. We do everything, the broth. So it's a process, but we do that once in a while.
That's delicious.
Yeah.
We'll all make reservations to go eat ramen.
We should have a berry ramen day, maybe.
I wouldn't complain. What's your favorite kind of music?
I'm a jazz fan. So when you just asked about cooking, I always tell the kids that the most important ingredient when you're cooking is the jazz that's playing in the background. If that's not playing, forget it. The meal is a disaster for the rest of it. It's just not going to work. So you need to be in the right mood when you're cooking as well. So I'm a jazz fan. I'm a rookie jazz fan. I don't have the deep knowledge that others will have about jazz, but I'll like a good John Coltrane or Miles Davis and folks
you like it on in the background.
Yeah, that's right.
That's nice. So Barry is interesting and it's unique. You've learned that. When you think about some of the traditions you've heard or learned about, what's the one you're most excited to see in person?
Yeah, Mountain Day would be the one that I've heard a lot about. So actually, there's someone who works at Baylor right now who was a Berry student and worked here for many years as well. And I caught up with her recently. She was filling in some blanks about Mountain Day that I didn't know about. I didn't know that you actually climb up the mountain. So I just thought it was like a homecoming festival of some sort. But the mountain's actually involved in this too.
There's physical work.
That was news to me. There's physical work. The penny thing, there's a penny thing that happens. So you'll have to teach me more about this and I don't know if Venmo is an option these days instead of actual pennies. But
maybe we need to look into Venmo.
So I have a lot to learn about some of these types of traditions, but they sound really fun as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, let us be the first to invite you to Mountain Day next year.
That's right. It's always the 7th of October, or is it the closest?
The closest
set day of the
Saturday.
Week it's always on a Saturday.
To her birthday that we can fit it in. So.
And that is Barry's homecoming, essentially.
Yes. Right. It's homecoming, Parents' Week.
Oh, it's all of that combined into one.
Yeah.
So it's a busy campus then that weekend.
Very busy. Okay. I think fun.
There's probably a football game that day too.
Football game.
Yeah.
Martha Palooza.
Yeah. So what's that? It's Martha Palooza. I don't know that.
What's Martha Palooza?
It's our fair.
It's the fair. Okay.
So we transform Clarabelle into a carnival.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fun.
It's all student organized. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Barry Way, yes.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to my first Mountain Day then in Martha Palooza.
Yeah, it's great.
What if it rains though?
We don't talk about that.
Okay, sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
There are some things we don't talk about yet. What are your other hobbies?
Yeah, I'm a sports fan, so I growing up in London. I'm a Premier League soccer fan, so I'm definitely a big soccer fan. The team I follow is not very good. Okay, let me rephrase. They're good. They're always in the top 10 or so in the league, but they never win anything either. So it's like they get to the playoffs every year, but they've never actually won the playoffs. It's like one of those teams.
But you're not fair weather. Like you hang with them.
Given that they've won nothing in 30 years, I think I can say I'm not a fair weather fan.
Okay.
So I enjoy doing that. And just being with family at home, we'll cook on the weekends, go for movies, go for walk the dog, and just spending time. One thing we used to do a lot of when we lived in North Carolina was go to the mountains on our time off. So it'll be nice to be back in this part of the world where we can do that a lot more easily. And then fishing, I like to fish. So I'll take the boys fishing whenever possible. My daughter likes to, she's good at fishing as well, but she just doesn't enjoy it as much. So she'll quit after 30 minutes or so. So the boys will hang in there with me. And actually, they're better at it than I am because I was not raised fishing, but I've raised them to be fishing boys. So they're pretty good at it at this point.
That's great. So I am being mindful of time. Is there anything that you want to leave the students with, either as kind of I'm not even going to finish that. Is there anything that you want to leave the students with that tell them just who you are and how you're feeling about this transition?
Yeah. I'm just so excited. My family and I, all of us, are just thrilled to be coming here. After that visit I mentioned a few weeks ago, we left and we wanted to come straight away. We do. We have to see out the rest of the school year where we are and finish our jobs and school before we actually move here. But we wanted to come straight away. That's how excited we are about Berry. And the other thing I'd say is Berry is such a unique place in so many ways, and you all are living this and seeing this and can teach me about this yourselves. But we want to maintain that as much as possible, and to do it as a team. We can be in this atmosphere where we truly can have a community together as a college, and that's faculty, staff, and students all together. And I know that already exists, but I want that to continue in a strong way going forward.
That's great. I think we all want that to continue as well.
That's right.
Well, I think I can speak on behalf of all of us. We're excited for you to make Berry home.
That's right.
It is our home, and we are excited to welcome you into it even more come summertime.
That's right. Thank you very much, Lindsey. Appreciate it. Thank you all for being here this morning.